What is getting back? KPI. Yeah, I'm looking at that. Yeah. KPRX 6 to 760. But that's more of like a swing now. I don't know if it's going to just momentum out from here. You guys know of any more like AI stocks, by the way? I feel like there's more that we're missing. It kind of was also quantum computing, wasn't it? All right. Net and Lyft ER this afternoon. Ah, interesting. Okay. And Uber popped after ER. Yeah, that is true. Okay, yeah. So we'll take a look at those ERs. Just a second. First, let's get market forecast going. Excuse me. All right. Good morning, everybody. Across the lands. Let's take a look at the market. Well, it looks like we're going to just stay right in this range. Well, which is a form of a flag. So, but we'll see what CPI and PPI does next week. But this is the last 3 weeks of price on the market, and we've had a couple of strong moves, as you can see there, and right there, which resulted in brief consolidations and flags, and that's what we've got going on right now, which might go all the way until 13th on CPI and PPI next week. So, but more specifically, so that way we know that the volatility is going to be contracted and there's not going to be a lot of trading opportunity, and it's going to be more, let's say, just chop, indecision, less of direction being taken. But now, if we get a little bit more micro, we can see what is the day today, going to out to be. And for that, we also need to take a look at the daily chart, which is looking at gold there. Gold is interesting at the moment. So the nice thing about where we are in the market is we've cut through the 200 moving average. That's something we have not done in like a year and a half, since the November 22nd top in 21 rather. So we finally have gotten up and over the 200 moving average, which is a great sign. Now all we need to see is a back bounce. You can see what happens when we back bounce off of the 200 moving average. Let's look at what happened here after it cut through right there, came in and back bounced, and then took that direction, right? So what we're hoping for here is for that to happen for on the bull side, because now we're on the other side. We cut through, and are we just going to come back right away? Sometimes that does happen. And by the end of this month, we're already making a new recent high, maybe. Or we could consolidate in this region for a while. We could even go higher, and then that doesn't work out. Back down. The whole process could take till summer to finally get a confirmed bottom reversal. I mean, we really do actually have a confirmed bottom reversal right here. But, we had the same one here. And, well, that one actually was a reject. But, so we do need to see it back bounce off of that 200 moving average in order to really gain the confidence that we're in a bull market. And that's why I say it's never time for you to just time the bottom, even though I did call the bottom here and here, which were both close enough. I mean, if you got all in investment wise at these points, you'd be in great shape right now. You might have doubled your money already in some things like Tesla. But you don't need to time the bottom, because once you get the signs, if you just in this general area here, if you just generally get in anywhere here, as far as people who are trying to find the bottom of the market because they're looking to invest a lot of money, that's fine. Anything across this region is fine, and you just basically will get more confirmation that now's the time, so your money hasn't been just sitting there doing nothing. Once we get that back test bounce and re-breakout, which may be coming in the next few months, next few weeks, next few months, and at that point, the reason why it's fine is because the bull market will last, if it starts like that, or if that is a low point, then it can last 3, 5, 7, 10, 12 years and be way off and running. You get lots of multiples on your money. So it's not necessary to pick the bottom, to time the bottom. Fine with waiting until just knowing that the bottom is definitely in and not having to guess on that. All right. So looking more detailed though, today we're looking like we have these two sides of our range right now that have lots of liquidity, and that's near the top end, these wicks up there, rejection areas, and the bottom end of that range, which has been support. Those are high areas of liquidity, and we're right in the middle. So it's really hard to tell you today which way the market's going to go. But if I had to take my guess, I'd say it would go up first to grab some liquidity from up here in this region. There's lots of it to be grabbed. It can grab as much or as little as necessary, but it probably will go up first, and then we'll come back down a little bit. I think we're going to have, I think that's today's candle. It's going to be right there. That's what's going to happen today. And it will take the form of this. It'll open, go up, down, come up by the end of the day, and it will be a doji candle. It's looking like a doji day afternoon. All right, so you can see that on the 1 minute chart, on the intraday chart here, those levels I'm talking about right here, and behind that, if I zoom out a little bit more, are those other two levels, boom and boom. So all those could be swept and for a move back down, but that's if the market even has enough oomph in it to try. If it doesn't, then it might just sweep this first one here or anything in this region. This whole area right here has a lot of liquidity, kind of like these angled trends. That whole area creates a block of liquidity, lots of stop orders right there. So we could go up into that region, which is not much higher. It's just a little bit higher, and then we could come back down and test the bottom tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday. Today, we might just get to the middle of the range. It's going to be fairly dead today, it looks like. Now, in alternate reality, the other things that the market could do, there's no a reason for it to do this, but in an alternate reality, it could just blast through these different liquidity levels and just keep going. I don't think that's going to happen though. There's no reason for the market to take too much direction before CPI and PPI next week. So that's it. It's going to be a trading range, choppy kind of day. And then now moving over to the momentum movers, we are watching a couple of stocks that popped up this morning, a couple of smaller stocks that popped up this morning, but they haven't taken direction. We have Tide, TYDE, Cryptide, popped up, created a range, and is staying in the bottom end of that range. It hasn't taken a direction. Just because it popped up doesn't mean that that's a direction. The news came out, price adjusted, and then now there is a lack of direction, you see. So, and we see that also with WLDS, wearable devices, WLDS. It popped up, created a range, and has been just staying in that. It hasn't taken any direction. Same thing with some of the others we were looking at. Oh, Gene is another one. I'm watching across the last few days AI stocks. There's BBAI. What is this? Guard Force AI, GFAI, AITX. There's Taboola, TBLA, and there's some quantum computing stocks. Those have been hot lately, but they might be dying. They might have reached their peak of maturity of the move, and that's why I'm shorting. I'm starting to get into a short position on AI. It seems to be the best opportunity. The ticker AI. It's literally the ticker's name is AI. Now, also Disney reported earnings and had a positive reaction. Went from 111 to 122 yesterday. Took more direction this morning into that 122, but has since faded back about 50% of the move and is now sitting in the bottom of that upper end of the range. Hanging out just kind of under VWAP and not doing too much of anything. So that could be a gap fill. It could go from 120, 121, that whole region, even 122, down back to 112. It's probably going to gap fill. Now, looking at BABA, yeah, I have WetG on watch, but yeah. BABA also, it closed at 105 the other day. It went up to 108 overnight. I believe that was on earnings. Not sure. Anyway, that could gap fill. No, I don't think it was on earnings. That could gap fill as well from 108 down to 105. So there's a lot of reasons for the market to go down this morning. And then we were also looking at not just Disney there. Okay, and Net and Lyft will be reporting ER this afternoon. Net and Lyft, LYFT. And Uber already posted earnings, and their results were Uber popped after ER is what one of our members says. Not sure I'm seeing that. That must have been the other day. So you're just commenting about that pop, and then when the market opened, it just dropped. That's how Uber played out. So maybe Lyft will play out similarly, is what Mike is probably getting at. All right, so that's what we're watching this morning. Hopefully that catches everybody up. If there isn't much movement, then we'll probably have a short live Zoom here this morning. So here's the market. I'm watching the market. starting to move up. First split of FNGG. Okay, Mike. Day 2 for Uber. Yeah, but it wasn't an up day. It was a pullback day. I don't think there's an ER day 2 trade on Uber. Let me see. I mean, only if it could get above the high, but it was a red day. It's not set up for continuation. It's likely just to be pulling back. Probably, which it already did. So now it's got this giant wick fill area and the alternate direction. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see, like when Lyft reports earnings, right? Maybe it does continue. Yeah, sympathetic play. What's my take on Expo? Let's see. The market opens in about 3 minutes. No, it doesn't look good. It's had 4 quarters of declining revenues, declining margins, which means their internal operations are worsening, and bottom line has been declining as well. And it's not much of a technical pattern at all either. What's that? What website do you use for your tick by tick charts? Okay, so TradingView, but it doesn't do tick. I don't think it does ticks, but it does like 5 seconds and smaller time frames, which is useful. All right, so now already we're sweeping some liquidity. We're grabbing some liquidity up high here on the market. We could very much get up another 100 points on the NASDAQ or fully reversing down on the day. What'd you say there? App break pre-market highs by the looks of it. App gonna break pre-market highs by the looks of it. Okay. There's Wet G getting close to breakout. Excuse me. I like Wet G for wow, yeah, App with the biggest reaction. App was at 1250 yesterday, and after news or earnings, I think it was earnings. Yes, earnings. It's moved all the way to almost 1750. So that's the biggest reaction, APP. And that might follow through and could be an earnings trade for you. All right, well, the market's going to open in, was that 8 seconds? Oh, yeah. Time flies when you're having fun. Here we go. That G's already selling off a little bit. Oh, yes. Selling off. Carvana's buying the drop. The drop's being bought up. That doesn't really necessarily mean anything, but it's got some support. Yep. App is at 17. Now holding the 17 level, which is somewhat positive. Not really seeing a momentum entry yet. Okay, Carvana is now at 1520. Not that I think much is going to happen. Wilds is moving. WLDS. Wilds for the pre-market high breakout. That could be the one with momentum this morning. WLDS, wearable devices. Wilds moving now into a momentum position. If it can crack pre-market high, there we go. That's a breakout on WLDS. Wilds. Wearable Devices announces partnership with Fortune 500 communications equipment company. That is such Such fluff. A fluff report. What you want to see in those reports when you read them is talk of that there's going to be continued news reports coming, positive news reports coming, that there's some kind of a roadmap of reports happening. They're not going to say it outright like that. That's the impression you need to get when you're reading the news on these companies. So let's read this one. Well, this doesn't show me much more, but than the headline. But if you're able to get more information, that's what you want to see in the news. It was like $1 million grant, is what Mike says. Meta is dropping. Else, Wild is kind of trying. It's not happening though. Just remember that if something's not happening, it's not happening. You know, some things are just so simple. Oh yeah, why'd you get in that stock? It's not happening. Well, I thought it was going to happen, but it's not happening. So why get out? Why not get out? Oh yeah, good idea. AI is pulling back, which is great. SLQT is pushing more. Ooh, pushing more now too. SLQT, for anybody who's got a position on SLQT. I got shaken out yesterday morning, really unnecessarily, and would have been up good on SLQT right now. SLQT is popping. AI is dropping. Wild is doing nothing. App is holding. Uber's pulling back at the open. Carvana pulling back, failing the $15 level. KPRX pulling back. Gene pulling back. Just not much of anything going on. The market itself pulling back. It's a non-momentum day today. Yeah, well, good for Tide, but it's not really happening on Tide right now. Take a look at the daily chart on it. Yeah, that does not look like very good. In fact, that looks like a money laundering scheme. That's exactly what money laundering schemes look like. Yeah, no, we'll stay clear of that one. Yeah, Wilds is pretty much not happening. I do have some KPRX. I didn't even know that. So I'm up on KPRX. And I do have some Hellbiz, HLBZ. But I might cut that soon. Appreciate naturally more. Yeah, I think I'll cut it right now. Right, so that's that. So BBBY, kind of holding these levels, could be a good risk area compared to the reward, because you could get out if it drops below 240, maybe $2, but certainly 210. But this whole region here, you could build a position on, and it might pop like it did last time from this area to 5, 6, 7, maybe even more, which would be more than 100% gain in just like a few weeks of waiting for the next spike. SLQT going more. Yeah, Gene has now just about failed pivot. It's going to break down, Gene. Tide has broken down. I'd like to get in for more short on AI, but only if it were to spike more. I need to get my cost average up. Up. You got to get your cost average up when you're shorting. Of all the AI stocks, AI, ticker AI, seems to be the one with the most potential and also the most downside reward for you. Here's AI. RBC raises SLQT price target to $3. Nice. So it looks like they're pumping it. So it might take a week or two for AI to break down. But when it does, the idea is for it to return back from where it came from, which is around $13. And it could go as low as lower, which is $10 or lower. So if you short way up here, very dangerous, by the way. Get puts if you don't know how to short shares. Can't short shares. Use puts. It's got a lot of downside potential there. When you do get options, always make sure that you get an option that has at least 70 delta, if not 80 or more, which will put you in the money. So for a put, you'd be buying above. You'd be buying, you need to get in the money, which is like the 30 strike, the 35 strike, or the 40 strike on AI. And that'll cost about $1,500. Actually, it might be cheaper this morning because it's down. No, that makes it more expensive rather. I was thinking of calls. So 40 put right now on AI is about $1,600. That gets you 100 shares. So $1,600 for 100 shares, and if it drops from here to 13 over the next, that'd be if you get the April option, by the way, April expiring option. So if it drops to 13 from now until April at any time, at that moment around 13, you'll be up $1,300. So $1,300 of profit for a $1,600 option. Oh yeah, we've been talking about SLQT, Gary. Oh yeah. SLQT is now at 173. Pisses me the right off because I had it and got shaken out yesterday. That's part of trading. That happens. Did a good job of getting me out of my position, taking my shares, and then running with it. That's how you know it's being manipulated, guys. That's how you know those news reports are fluff. Halted again. HPCO. Interesting because that's the one I took off here to put Uber. I had that up. Oh, you guys, everybody, HPCO gone crazy. Yep, that was the one I took off because it just didn't look like it was happening. No, we didn't. I had it here. I had it right here. Oh man, it went from 140 to $2.15, and it's in this third or halt right now. Thank you very much for letting us know. Yeah, damn. We had that up, but we took it off the list because it was looking weak right here, like this. It was just looking like low volume, just kind of nothing. And then it opened and halted and halted. Wow. Definitely too late for us now. You don't want to be getting in like that. But maybe we can short it when it gets way up there. That's something I'm going to look into. None to borrow. No, unfortunately, I don't even have the possibility. They signed a collab with Snoop Dogg. Are you serious? All right, that's a definite short. Wish I could short. Oh, does it have options? Let's see. To be liquid. Options? I doubt it, but because of the price range it's in, they do. No, it does not. All right, well, opportunity's a no go. That's right, puff puff. Let's see. AI is failing out. Look at that. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Chicken noodle Snoop. Yeah. Microsoft Activision buyout rumored to be next week. Yeah. So you're thinking of going Activision on that? Yeah, those are called arbitrage plays, merger and acquisition arbitrage plays, and a very thin edge you get there. You can make just a few percent per year doing merger and acquisition arbitrage. Some years they have booms, but it's not this year. Good luck with that. What I'm doing. Daily chart. All right. Keep your eye on HPCO. No, we had that, RJ, and if you had done your own scanning for yourself, you would have saw that too. But when we were looking at Uber and stuff, it was looking like this, RJ, like this. I mean, it's thin and dead. See that? Yeah, thin and dead. I thought, okay, if there was one stock I need to replace here that I don't need to worry about, it was that one. And then, boom, holy Toledo. Off of that level, it's up almost 100% already. And he's like, fuck, I could have turned $20 into $40. I needed that for Whataburger. In hindsight, it was really supported by the 15-cent level. Yeah, but who cares? Because, you know what I mean? Who cares about it, though? Because it's underneath VWAP, failing VWAP retests every time. You see that? It's failing VWAP retests every time. Okay, it's starting to curve up a little bit. But look at how thinly it's traded. It doesn't look like it's going to have the momentum or the heat. And so that happens, RJ. You just got to let them go. You just got to say, okay, well, if I did that every time, I'd be fucked. You just have to say that. If I did that every time, I'd be fucked. And then you just like, all right, I'm happy to let it go. That's why we only go with the ones that really, really, really have the signs. It's not that other things can't do more. By the way, it's open and it's at 250 and rising. But it's not that other things can't do more or can't make moves. We're happy to miss those. It's that we'd rather just go with what looks more certain. Damn. Where do these pot guys get all this money? Yeah, happy to miss those. Everybody out there, make sure you click the link in my bio or in the description and come on over to our free trading group. Check it out. Hopefully, we'll see you every day. We are here every day. Are we playing puts this morning? No, you missed the market forecast. Today's really kind of a nothing day. A nothing day. I mean, I am short on AI. I don't know if any of you got short AI while I was talking about it. If you did, it's already down 2 points from when we started talking about it, so that's good. Got that going for it. Yeah, KPRX is kind of a nothing burger too. I might let that go soon and just pile that money into shorting AI. Dino, isn't that a oil company? Let me see. Yeah. What's up with that? It's not doing much of anything. Maybe you wanted to know more about it. Energy continues to be good, but I don't think that it's quite as hot of a sector as it was. It could be dying. It could be topping. Definitely nothing. You're sidelined. Yeah. And that's what I recommend today. SLQT making moves and HPCO making moves. We're not going to get into it, however, because it's too extended at this point. Yes, there's class tonight for members, for premium members. If you are a member, then I'll see you in class tonight. The topics for class tonight are the concept of profit range, trend line breakouts, and the magic short. So we'll be going over that tonight at class. In master class, it'll be an hour, 2-3 hour class this evening for members. And you can get a free 1 week trial to our premium membership. But other than that, everybody out there, it is free to join our group and be a large part of our community and be actively trading with us every morning. So click the link in my bio or my description. Come on over. We'd like to see you. And that's the end of our stream. We're going to go now live. We're going to go now into the group and go into the Momentum channel, the Market Trading channel, and the Active Trader Lounge. All right, everybody. See you there. Save your money today. Save your money.